Greetings, my little lovelies. I hope I find you all well again, and as usual, feeling tickety-boo. Now, we've got a compilation here of 3 videos for you. The first one is about a haunted house. The other one is about an apparition that appears from a lamppost, believe it or not. And the other one is about a near-death experience. Now, let's crack on, shall we? Even the most skeptical observer would have to accept there is something strange about 39 De Grey Street in Hull. The property known as the Hostel has been the scene of dozens of strange and frightening incidents. Few tenants have lasted more than a few days, and several independent investigators say they have detected the spirits of a child or children that appear to have been imprisoned at the property. Now ghost hunters Lee Steer and Kenny Saw have released an account of their terrifying experiences in the seemingly ordinary 7-bedroom house, including spotting the face of a demon. The pair have said they saw demonic faces appear in the furniture and a ghostly green figure come out of what they call a laser vortex. Kenny says during the team's trip to De Grey Street, a spirit in the mirror room started talking to them. He said, "We went into the mirror room and it all started to kick off. We told the spirits to come forward, and that's when we saw the green figure in the smoke. Next we went to Andy's bedroom and heard the words, 'was unhappy here,' through the device. We used an EVP machine which said Andy's name, which shocked us all. In the attic room, a spirit also told me to take my hat off, and when we asked if the spirit wanted help to cross the light, it told us, 'Keep on walking.' Something also growled at me from the room with a Star of David on it, which really freaked me out." Lee added, "I was absolutely astounded by what I found and experienced during this investigation. It's the best response we've ever had to the hundreds of places that we have been to previous." The pair have said that they're going to revisit De Grey Street again. A bizarre figure has been captured walking out from behind a lamppost. The haunting footage was captured in Milford Haven, West Wales, UK. Anne Alston uploaded the clip claiming the bizarre figure had been seen previously, but never before captured on camera. She has since reached out to the wider public for help in determining what the figure is and where it came from. After being involved in a car accident, a man, who only gives his name as Gary, temporarily died. Before he was resuscitated by paramedics, Gary believes he crossed over to the afterlife, where he gained proof that Jesus is real. Writing for the Near-Death Experience Research Foundation, Gary described his vivid experience of life after death. He said, "I was in blackness, but with hundreds of sparkly lights. I was a little scared because I could see my hunched up body and I knew that I had died. To my left and in a field, there were many people. I saw my grandma and her sister who had passed away the previous year. The colours were so vivid," Gary says. "In front of me was a medium-sized stream with a white bridge over it." Gary says Jesus was standing on the side of the bridge. There was a huge sunlight object shining down on his left side, but Gary says it did not hurt his eyes to look at it. Meanwhile, a man stopped and ran over to my body. He cradled my head in his lap, telling me to wake up. I heard in my head Jesus asking me, "Gary, would you like to stay for eternal peace and happiness, or go back?" Gary said in his head he thought, "I'd like to go back." Suddenly Gary was in his body, but he said the experience had changed him forever. He wrote, "If an experience like this doesn't change you, then there's something wrong with you." Though some researchers, however, said these visions are normal phenomenon and not necessarily a sign of the afterlife. Dr. Sam Perina, Director of Critical Care and Resuscitation Research at NYU Langone School of Medicine in New York City, told a recent talk, "People describe a sensation of a bright, warm, welcoming light, and that draws people towards them. They describe a sensation of experiencing their deceased relatives, almost as if they have come to welcome them. They often say that they didn't want to come back in many cases. It is so comfortable and it is like a magnet that draws them that they don't want to come back to Earth. A lot of people describe a sensation of separating from themselves and watching doctors and nurses working on them. Dr. Perina said there are scientific explanations for the reaction and says seeing people is not evidence of the afterlife, but more likely the brain just scanning itself as a survival technique. What do you think, folks? Welcome back, my little lovelies. I hope you found those interesting. As usual, let us know your thoughts in the comments underneath the video, and as usual, keep them clean. I know you will, you lovely little lot. Now, that's all from me for this episode. I'm off to look for more ideas for the next episode. So, until then, ta-ta, my little lovelies, ta-ta!